I am only here to explain things, to explain both sides. I'm not here to take it the Simmons side or the residents of Rodod side, like the other stories I've told you, any story I tell you. I'm just here to show you both sides of the case. I'm here to explain, to make it open. It's like learning. Let's see this case and let's see the problems there are in the case. For instance, this world, the biggest lesson I've learned in this world is from chess. The aim of the chess board is not to knock off as many people as possible, pawns or the horse or the bishops. It's not the aim to knock off from one side to the other as many as possible. It's the survival of the king. That the survival of the king, it's like Midas. The aim of life is to survive and behavior and structural. Sometimes you have to knock off, you have to break your ways of life, you have to give in. Between husband and wife, or even between other people, you give in, you share. But I am not bending from these rules of life that I have to have, that my job in life, and what the Rabbi Shalom wants of me is to show that I believe in the Rabbi Shalom. Through giving in and showing recognition to the Rabbi Shalom and knowing that every situation that happens comes from the Rabbi Shalom, that brings me a munah. And that's what really the chessboard shows. You see, in other games it's I won, we won. The aim is not to win. The aim is to preserve the identity of the king and to make sure that he stays movable and is able to bend in every situation. That's what we can learn from our chess game. I told this to my son and he liked it very much. There's another point. It's a pity that we are learning from the Malchus, from the Queen, from the Prime Minister, who are Gedolim, who are gross big people in the government and big people in the country and the important people. We're learning how to react to a godel, to somebody who's big, who's important. We think by restraining the people coming into them, the bigger they are. The reason there is restraint by the Queen is not because we want to make her bigger, by more people be restrained from being able to see her and get to her. The reason the Prime Minister in 10 Downing Street is closed is not because we want to restrain people from coming to see the Prime Minister. We want as many people as possible to be able to get to the Prime Minister. And by the Goyish world, to get to the Gedolim, to get to the big people, it's very important. The point we are scared of is because of terrorism. So they had to make boundaries and not let everybody near and check everybody. That's the reason. It's a pity that the Gedolei Yisrael of today have learned this, taking this lesson, and think the more restrained they make themselves from a capability of people getting to them, being accessible, the more important they are. That's what some people think. You got Gabuim around them, Mekanish Shigai, Mekanish, Rebbes, Rabunim, all these Rabunim, but I'm not going to mention names. You can think of it, look around yourself. But that doesn't make them big. But the real Gedolei Yisrael, everybody was accessible. Everybody had a place. I still remember how the Beis Yisrael said on this fellow who came in without a hat. And he looked at him, and he looked at him up and down in the Besmedrash and said, "Bei mir jeder Platz. Bei mir jeder Platz." It's so important that if you want to be a real Godel, every Yid has got a place by you. And we see that every Yid has got a value. We see that from the Seder and Bamidbar. We see how many times the Rebbeinu Shalom counted the Yidden and counted the Shvatim again and again. In one Seder, one after the other. He counted them first all together, then he counted the Golim, then he counted this. Every time, again and again, to show the Cheshivos of every person, that everybody has a value. However you are Frei or Frum, you have a value. Of course, I don't have to take on the Frei's position and bend backwards to accommodate him into my house, or like some people do, and bring them in, go to them and bend over backwards to stay by them and give them into everything. I can have my rules and regulations which I think are important, and I can have my rules and regulations how to bring them into my house is important, because I don't want to be influenced and bent to their way. But the point still is, every Jew has a value. This is so important for the Gedolim today to understand that it's not just a few, the Gevirim. Sometimes you see Gevirim, when you see Gedolim, where only the Gevir has a value, you become very disappointed and very disillusioned of the whole system and everything and disillusioned of the Gedolim. And when the Gedolim, all they want to do is ban everything. A Godel is not here to ban. A Godel is here to make mitzvah everything. Most people, we have to look back at Chazal and see how many things they allowed and didn't try and ban. That's what the aim of a Godel, a real Godel, is. The reason a Jew is on this world, whether a Godel or a Cotton, every Jew in the world has a battle to fight with himself, battle to fight in belief that and the seriousness that take place in his life. Believe me, I've seen complete families who people have died and children have died and are people who are poor and everything else. Everybody has a problem. There is no such thing as problem-free life. Life is full of problems. Why? Because you have to, the Rebbe Shalom wants to test you and see how you overcome your problems in Amunah and Bitochen and believe in the Rebbe Shalom. Look through to other friends, look through to your friends, your family, your neighbors, whoever you want, and you'll see that they have problems in life. And the way they take on these problems, whether it's Gedolim have problems, whether it's Ketanim have problems, but Kol Echad Mi Yisrael has got problems, because that's the test he has on this world. That's what this world is made about, to have a test in life and see how you believe in the Rebbe Shalom and how you have bitochen in the Rebbe Shalom to overcome your problems and believe in God.